Alright guys, it's April 29th. And that is my air drill back there somewhere. Can you guys see the wing over there? Yeah, it's right there. You can't miss it. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Can you guys see that? I'm not 100% sure, but it should be like right there. It's right there. You see it? It's right, never mind, you can't see it. Why can't you see it? Great question. It's called Southwest Saskatchewan, and we're dry. People are like, Mike, how dry is Southwest Saskatchewan? Well, when you can't see your air drill at times, we're pretty dry. It's actually been going pretty good. My hood's quite dusty. We've been plugging air filters like it's going out of style. The old Johnny Popper's air filter, where it draws its clean air up here, it needs to be higher. And the Fendt, well, that's a whole other story because it draws its air from down in there, and you should have seen that. We took the air filter off to clean it out here today, and it was packed solid. Like you could have grown like a 10 bushel crop in that dirt that come out of there. And then you get dirt start to hang on the windows. We're dry. It's really bad because, especially if the wind is coming from behind us like it is currently doing right now, it just hangs with you the whole pass. And sometimes our passes are 2 miles long, so it just hangs with you. Just coats everything in dust. It's hard on air filters. Like how hard on air filters? Like change or blow out the air filter on the 1050 and then change it every now and then. Like literally like every few days. The Deere's been pretty good. It will last a lot longer. Well, Mike, why don't you just simply change your direction? Well, you can't always do that. You want to go the longest way of your field. So if you have a mile long and it's only a quarter mile wide, you're going to go a mile long. If the wind happens to be coming from behind you on that mile long, and if it's dry and dusty, that sucks, doesn't it? Also, visibility can get really bad up front. As you can see, you really can't see anything right now. This is how people knock over power poles, run into stuff, run over a road. They're now starting to clear off a little bit. But, so we've been seeding all day, and there's been times where it would just hang over you so thick right here. You have zero visibility. It's complete dust out. You can't see nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh good, now it looks like it's going this direction. That is awesome. That's what I want to see. So Mike, are you drier than normal? Yes. But we gotta remember, guys, we do battle drought like 8 years out of 10. We're dry 8 years out of 10. Our annual rainfall could range from anywhere from 1/10 or a few millimeters to 6 inches, anywhere in there. But on the high side of 6 inches, that would be total growing season. So what has happened before, we'll get like a half an inch of rain during when we need it, and you're going to get the other 5.5 inches at harvest time when you're trying to take the crop off. It's just kind of a double whammy. You know, you don't get enough rain to actually grow your crop, and then the little bit that you do got, you're going to go out there with your combine and it drops about 5 inches on it, and then you ruins all your quality. That's farming. Okay, Dust, you can get off of here now. Get off there. Come on. But let's just stop here. I'm just going to stop, and let's just go out for a walk and take a look at this soil. Shall we? Have to put our shoes on here. Have to wait for the dust to clear. I don't want to get my cab any dustier than it has to be. Yep, we still got to wait. We're still waiting. Still waiting. I'm fussy. Still waiting. Still a little bit of dust. Okay, I'll go now. It's that awkward time when you're like, man, I only have one shoe here. Where'd my other shoe go? I'm like, shoot, are you kidding me? Did I lose my other freaking shoe? And then you open the door, you're like, oh my goodness, my shoe is out here and it is dusty. Ah, good thing I didn't lose it. Okay, look at all the dust in there. That's dirt. My socks are nice and white and clean. No, I didn't mean for it to drop out there. Okay, let's check this out. Let's close my door here first. So let's take a walk out over here. It's important that you're still going into moisture, you know. We're gonna see. Okay. So, see this darker dirt down here? Let me zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. See that? See that darker dirt? There's our seed. So that's moisture. That means there's right now, currently there's enough moisture in there to germinate our seed, okay? And that's really important. We'll put him back. Put some moisture, tamp him back down there. But the top, oh, this top is just, there is nothing in there. Let's check this out. Like, check this out. This is there ain't no moisture in that dirt, at least not on the top. So that's farming. You sure saw the air filter that we took out of that 1050. That was bad. That was bad. Don't worry, it tells you when you're full. Hits 100%, throws up a code, says, hey, Mike, my air filter's full. Well, Mike, I've got some questions, buddy. What happens if you didn't get any more rain from this point on? What happens if we didn't get any more rain? If we didn't get any more rain, we have enough moisture in there to germinate that crop and get it out. I have seen that before. It was 2018. And I told you, these fertilizer prills right here, these were still prills. Just like this. You could scoop them in your hand like this in August. That's not good because any kind of rain will actually break that little prill down and then it turns it into, you know, a form for that way the plant can pick it up. So we didn't have enough rain to even do that. That doesn't take very much. I've seen it before and I have pictures of it. The crop actually didn't even get to produce a head. For the most of it, it didn't get to produce a head. It grew up, it burnt up, and died in the boot. The boot means, like, what's the boot? The boot means it's producing the head inside the plant, and it's going to just push it up, but it died before it could. It ran out of steam, ran out of moisture. So let's just say there really wasn't any combine in that year. All right, let's get back to seed. What's actually, what can be more dangerous, I guess, or challenging, I like to say, is if you're on a field like this and the dust is just floating with you the whole time, and it's at night, because your lights can't actually shine through that dust. It just reflects off it, actually makes it worse. And oh man, that's where the fun's at. Especially if you're on new land and you don't actually know the land. Maybe you run over a rock pile or something like that. So always some challenges. Always a lot of fun. I don't know if my tractor is green or brown. I still feel like I'm pulling something back there. You just can't see. Going around a rock pile, I'm telling you, could be a challenge. So, as we're speeding along here, I couldn't help but notice that it looked like I was dragging something. And so I'm like, something's not right back there, so I thought I better stop and check, and yep. Not just one rock, but two. It's gotta be my lucky day. And we don't have a bar. And we definitely aren't adjusting this. And we definitely can't move our wheel. Woo! Brought a hammer with me. So I can just spin the wheel. We're very close. So, this doesn't happen that often, that you get a rock stuck in there, but it does happen. Okay, now maybe we can adjust this thing. Okay, tap it out of there. There it is. This here is this adjusts our depth. Okay, we're running on 7, so each is 1/4 of an inch. See that? So we are 7/4 of an inch, if you want to do the math. And these goofy little pins kind of keep this thing from moving around too much. There. Well, Mike, what are you gonna do with the rocks? Well, we are out in the middle of a 2,300 acre field. We are nowhere near a rock pile. We are nowhere near where I can put these things. And those aren't big enough for me to worry about. Well, Mike, what do you mean those aren't big enough for you to worry about? Are you kidding me? You just got them stuck in your freaking air drill. That happens rarely, okay? When it's this size, when you're in a rock picker, yeah, you most likely will pick it. But you're looking for the size of footballs, not softballs, and basketballs, bowling balls. Okay? That's kind of what you're looking for. That's barely worth your time. If you want to start picking up those, well, then you want to pick up this one. If you're going to pick up every one of these, well, then you want to pick up all these. Well, if you're going to pick up those, you want to pick up this. If you're going to pick up that, then you want to pick up this. If you're going to pick up that, you want to pick up this. Then I guess why stop there? You want to dig this one out. He's a pretty good size. Want to dig this one up, throw him there. Want to grab these two. Grab this one. Well, heck, you want to throw that little guy on there. You want to grab all these little ones if that's what you're going to do. That's the thing. There's billions of them. You do not have enough time in the day, nor enough years in your life to pick all those. So, if you see it with your rock picker, as you know that we have rock picked before, so just scroll all the way down my videos, you see us rock picking. If you see this, you'll probably grab it. But if you don't, ain't no big deal. Whoa, 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 Mike, what about harvest? that will go through the combine. That will do damage. That won't go through the combine. We cut like 16 inches, 2 feet off the ground when we're in straight cut mode. And then when we're combining the lentils or chickpeas or whatever, if you're combining on the ground, remember we roll it, right? It will punch that rock that big right into the dirt. Then your header's gonna go skipping right over it. So you're looking for the big ones. You don't have enough years in your life to worry about all those. Well, Mike, they're obviously right here, man. Throw them on your air drill. And what? It's just gonna ride around up there? Bouncy, 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 bouncy on where? Where am I gonna put it? You see a basket anywhere? Well, Mike, obviously just mount a basket somewhere on your freaking air drill. It is not that complicated. So I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna have a little basket on there the size of maybe a couple pails. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna try and collect, I don't know, maybe 3,000 rocks. It's not even practical. It's not even worth your time. Huck them down and you get rock picking when you get rock picking. All right, let's get going. We started seeding along and I was like, crap, I forgot my hammer. So I had to come all the way back and then I had to start looking for the rocks. Thank goodness I found the rock, or I wouldn't have found my hammer. I guess, you know, I'm just trying to check the germination of this thing, that's all. Mike, I got questions. Why is it summer fallow here and stubble over there?
Where would you like me to start?
That's because we took on some new land here and the previous owners were half and half, which means they cultivated half of their land and they seeded the other half. That's the reason why. We're seeding it all one chunk. Well, Mike, I've got some more questions. Okay, I get the whole stubble, summer, fall, stubble, summer, fall. So this was stubble, is stubble, and then summer, fall was over there, and then stubble again, and then summer, fall again, and then it was always stripped. So it was stubble, summer, fall, stubble, summer, fall, stubble, summer, fall, all the way across. Well, Mike, why'd they do that? Well, that's a great question. I guess that's always just been the practice in the past. People would either summer follow it or they would chem follow it. The difference is summer following is you're using tillage. You're actually tilling into the ground, and then chem follow is actually you're not seeding it, but you're just spraying it. You just keep spraying it. Maybe you spray it 3, 4, 5 times or something to keep it black. Black meaning basically no weeds are growing. Well, what are the advantages of that? Well, the advantage is, especially if you tilled it, I guess, you would break down all this straw, which would be nutrients, and it would kind of act as a fertilizer. So maybe you wouldn't have to fertilize as heavy. Another advantage was if you didn't grow a crop on it all year long, it would reserve more moisture, subsoil moisture. And normally the summer fallow would always do better yields. It would always be better yields. They depended on what crop, but the yields would always be better on summer fall. And that's still typically true. So we took on that organic land last year. It was all half and half. This is not organic, but the other stuff we took on was organic, it's half and half. And the heat turned on last year in July. We're always going to get heat in July, you guys. You could literally go to Vegas on it, okay? And it cooked the stuff on the stubble long before it cooked the stuff in the summer fall. And the only reason why is because the summer fall held more subsoil moisture because it didn't grow a crop to suck all the moisture out of it the year prior. Now, some of the disadvantages of that is it's kind of hard on soil erosion if you're going to be tilling it. Another disadvantage would be you're only seeding half of your land. So you're spending a lot of money on land, right? And you're technically only seeding half of it. So, and not only are you only taking income off of half your ground, but you're also having to pay expenses to keep it either tilled or chem fallowed throughout the whole course of the year. And you would till it probably 4 or 5 times around here, and you till it pretty much as many times as you would spray it, okay? And so, for example, if you're gonna spray it, maybe it costs you $10 an acre. Well, $10 an acre times 5 applications, that's $50 an acre. You're already $50 an acre just to keep it black. So it does come at a cost. So, and just for the record, it's not really a common practice anymore. Most people are just continuous cropping. You get a bunch of straw there, you build up your organic matter, you improve your soil health, and normally you can increase your yield. Only to a certain extent. Don't get all crazy and think, oh man, I can make it the big time here. You are very 100% susceptible to the July 35 degrees with the wind blowing. When it turns 35 degrees with the wind blowing in July 1st typically is when the light turns on, you can go to Vegas and it will burn your crop right dang silly. And I mean, it will heat wave it. It doesn't matter how good of a farmer you are or claim to be, it will heat wave the crap out of your crop. So that's just common knowledge. So around this country, you want lots of seeding power, so that way you can get the crop in early, because 8 times out of 10, the earlier crop, whoops, turn my signal light on, the earlier crop will out yield the later crop, just because that July heat comes and cooks it. And when I say it cooks it, it just keeps it from filling to its full potential, okay? Okay. So now that's a little 101. That's a whole other video in itself, just FYI. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go for the day. It's been long enough. You guys have seen dust. Obviously, it's a lot drier on the summer fall. You can't hardly see where you're going, versus there's a lot more moisture. That's another pro-con. When you have it all tilled black, there's nothing there for the snow to catch. So the snow, the snow, as you know, as we get wind, because can you see a tree out there? Seriously, do you see a tree? No, you don't. So we get lots of wind, and it blows the snow right across your summer fall and doesn't stick to it, which means you're already starting off at a disadvantage because it's drier, okay? But all this stubble catches snow, so you're starting off at an advantage because you have extra moisture in the ground already. So there's lots of pros and cons, you guys. In my view, there's far more cons, but everyone has their own view on it. And actually, you know what, you guys, that's actually okay. We actually live in a society, believe it or not, we can actually have different opinions and get along. So anyway, I'm a continuous cropper and a minimal tillage kind of guy, but that's just how it goes for me. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. You guys have yourself a freaking awesome day. And yes, I'm sorry for these videos are very delayed. I know, I get it. I get it. But I've been doing 2 videos a day, sometimes 3 videos a day, just because there's lots of stuff like this going on. You know, we're not going to be on this field for very long, so I wanted to grab some footage of it. If you want to get up to date, I would probably recommend Patreon. If you want to have some fun, like we do polls, I'd probably recommend that. Also, I do Flashback Fridays, Throwback Thursdays, Tossback Tuesdays, and I don't know what we do on Wednesdays, but we go multiple years back and say, hey, this day we were doing this, and this day we were doing this, and hey, let's do something like this. And anyway, it's just a bunch of fun. We do lots of different stuff, so check it out. Otherwise, adios amigos!